Howdy, Laoshi Lawrence McElroy here for Water Tiger School of Tai Chi Chuan. Um, in a little bit different position than normally. The video this week is, or this time, I guess it's not really this week, is sort of a companion piece to an earlier stretching video that we posted on April 6th, lower body floor stretches with stability ball plus, I think was the name of it. But anyway, we finished that production, we posted it, and then realized, hey, we left off 4 stretches. So we're going to play catch up with this post as this video unfolds. I just want to say a couple of other things. One, by now, of course, I'm assuming you've probably heard New York State reopening. So most all of the pandemic protocols have been lifted, aside from the unvaccinated and partially vaccinated are supposed to still be masked while out and about. But that includes gyms and recreational facilities. So the studio is as close to normal as we can be these days. So there's that, and that's, the good news. The bad news is, hey, we're as close to normal as we probably will be. And that means the schedule is going to change. We'll still post a handful of these kind of instructional demonstration kind of Tai Chi Qigong physical training, stretching videos on an occasional basis, but they'll probably be even a little bit more spread out than they have been of late. And we're also going to start digging through our archives. We have a lot of past video footage from different live outdoor events over the years. So maybe you'll be seeing some of that on this YouTube channel. So anyway, so there's that. And that's, I guess, really all I have to say. Since we're going to be stretching, I want to do a little sort of casual aerobic warm-up. And we'll get to those 4 stretches. FYI, might have a visitor, especially since I'm doing floor stretches. They seem to know when my butt hits the floor. And I just noticed over on the side that one of them is down here. So we'll see. We might get a fluffy visitor. So I'm going to stand up. Move away so I can get a full body shot here. And I'm just going to start with a little shake. Sort of shaking stuff out, just finished a workout, so I'm really already sort of warm and loose. Right now I'm just going to do a counting thing as opposed to a time thing, so I don't have the time piece set up. But we're going to start with just regular marches, and we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and go wide. 10, 9, 8, make fists. 7. You want to bring your knees to your targets, not the targets to the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to run, so maybe you want to keep marching, that's okay. I'm just going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to do little half jacks. If you want to do little step jacks, that's okay, but I'm going to do half jacks, which is sort of halfway through a full jack. So there's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just going to kind of bounce. Now, if you need more, hit pause, do something more. The reason we want to get moving before we do stretching, going to do little kicks and flicks, is you don't want to stretch a cold muscle. You want to get some blood and some oxygen to those muscles before you stretch them. It's getting the upper body and the lower body a little out of sequence there. There we go, kick and flick. I'm going to do huggers. There's a little bit of upper body stuff in this because what we left off was after we had moved into the sort of muscular opposition stretches last time. So that's what some people might call neuro-integrated stretching. We're going to start with prone pigeon or reclining pigeon. Some people call it a figure 4 stretch. You may or may not be able to do some of these. The second one, I'm not very good at. This one, I'm okay at. So you're in this down position. You put your ankle on the quad above the knee. And, usually if you're doing a figure 4, if you can, you're reaching all the way over to the shin. But here, we want to grab the thigh, the underside of the thigh, the hamstring. And now, muscular opposition means that I'm going to be pulling in as I'm also pressing out. So I'm going to be trying, we don't use that word, right? I'm going to be working the muscles to drive my, in this case, my right foot that way while I'm pulling this way for a count of 5. So I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then release and see if you can pull in a little bit more. Okay, so you're there. Again, driving that right heel while pulling the right thigh toward me in go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting a little bit more. Just going to do this 3 times, so I got 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And even a little bit more in there. And there's one side. So, other side. Now you'll notice when I'm here, my left knee is pretty much pointed toward the left side. Right knee, not so much. That's the knee, sort of the hip, but it's mostly in the knee for me. Although, because my knee has less flexibility, it's harder for me to stretch this hip. This isn't what I mean by I'm not very good at the second one. This is just the second half of the first one. Right, so again, if I were doing a figure 4 stretch, I'd probably do this. Sometimes with a figure 4 stretch, when I'm feeling pretty flexible, then I'm also pressing back on this knee. But here, notice I'm grabbing the thigh. Again, I'm going to be driving that now left heel out while pulling the left thigh toward myself for a count of 5, beginning in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to rest my head down. So you got a little bit more. Probably should have mentioned the head thing in the first because I'm talking through this. I'm tending to keep my head up and I'm getting a little neck tension there, so I can set my head down. That's fine. Round 2. And I'm going to find, yep, there we go. There's where the tightness starts. So driving the heel, pulling the thigh back toward myself. So I'm pulling this way while pressing that way. In 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and I got a little bit more. But also notice I'm not doing this. I'm not pulling the butt up off the ground. My lower back is still on the ground. Last time, the end of reclining pigeon. By the way, if you have knee issues and you're doing a yoga set and they're doing, traditional pigeon, then this is your option. Throw yourself into reclining pigeon so you don't hurt your knee. Where was I? Last round here, driving the left heel that way while pulling the thigh this way. In 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, and working on keeping that back, the lower back on the ground. 3, 4, 5, and relax. Just see if you get a little bit more. And there you go. So that was the reclining pigeon in the muscular opposition stretch. This is the one I'm not good at. So if you didn't already know this, I have a broken back. Long time ago. And bow from yoga is very difficult for me. So this isn't going to be pretty. Yours will probably be prettier. right? But it's the same sort of deal. And by the way, if you can't grab your ankles here, you're going to need a towel, you're going to need an exercise band. I hadn't thought about that before, so I apologize. You can probably grab an exercise band, but yeah, no, never mind. So if you can't do this, you may, pull thigh cramp, a little hamstring thing going on there. That's weird. There we go. So if you can't do this, you're going to need a towel or something to wrap around your ankles so you can grab a hold of the towel or the exercise band of some sort. So I'm here, and what I'm going to do is pull really, really hard while pressing the feet in the opposite direction for a 5 count, 3 times. So you'd want to keep, since I'm talking, I'm turning my face toward you and lifting up my head. That's not good for your neck. So you really want to keep your head in this position. Now we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And see if you just settle into a little bit higher position. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And just see if you can settle into a little bit higher position. And here's the third one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. And see if you can get into a little bit higher position. So there you go. That's work. So there's bow. Now, next is sort of a quad and hip flexor stretch. And you're going to want a soft surface for this now. A nice exercise mat here. So I don't need an extra mat. Probably should have said that earlier since I was down on my face, down on my back. Notice there's some distance here. That knee is back. I don't want to push, sort of like when we talk about Tai Chi stance and that sort of thing. This is bad for the knee. Right, so I want to be in a position where knee over ankle. See that nice straight line there? My nice zero shoes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be really pressing and working. Pressing the perineum down toward the earth. Driving the pelvis toward that heel for my 5 counts. And then each time I'm going to relax. So, first side, left hip, left quad in 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and settle. And here's 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax and settle. I just feel that hip opening up a little bit more each time. And here's 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's very subtle, but you can see each time things open up a little bit more. I'm going to stay in the same place. Set up and again, right? Sometimes you do a stretch like this and that you're sitting over that thigh or sitting over that knee. That knee needs to be back. Settling in, sort of finding, you want to, in each of these stretches, you want to find, okay, where's the point of stretch to start with? And then, again, second side, first round of 5, going in 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And notice again, sort of settling a little bit. Look at that lower leg. Knee is not out over the toes. And here's 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very subtle on that side. And here's 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, big release that time. And there you go. Quad stretch. So I think it's actually called quad intense stretch or something like that. This next one is kind of funky. And they say, these haven't been. It's a down dog, sort of opening up the Achilles tendon, stretching the calf muscle. And it's a little bit hard to explain. So you're going to be in down dog. So you start in plank, go to your down dog, butt up, maybe move the feet in a little bit. And you may need a yoga mat here or a yoga blanket. My hands are a little bit slippery on this basic jigsaw mat. And what I want to do is, my right foot is closest to the camera. I'm going to put my right foot on the outside left side of my left foot, so that right knee is bent. And now my 5 counts are going to be me working on straightening, pressing my right heel down to really straighten and drive the left heel down. So starting in 3, 2, 1, driving that right heel down toward the floor, working on straightening that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax that right leg. See if your left heel drops a little bit. And here's 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't lose your down dog and relax. I think that was a note for me. Last time on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that last release was big. So now, other side, I'm in my down dog. Again, my hands are kind of slippery here. I'm going to take my left foot, move it in front of the right leg, to the outer right side of my right foot. So my left knee is very bent, my right leg is very straight, and my 5 count is going to be me working on straightening my left leg to really drive that right heel down. So I'm driving the left heel down to straighten the leg to drive the right heel down in tangent. In 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that left knee. And here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. That right heel's getting closer each time. And here's 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there you go. A little muscular opposition kind of stretch, just so you can see, if I'm in down dog, again, the first side, I'm taking that right foot, moving it in front of the left, and then driving that right heel down. When I'm doing the left foot, or the right foot, taking the left foot, moving, crossing it in front of the right foot, and then driving that left heel down. Sort of, if you will, a forced stretch, I guess is one way to think about that. So there you go. Again, the original lower body stretches, lower body floor stretches with stability ball plus was April 6th or earlier this year. Excuse me. So this is the end of the set. I don't know how we missed it, but we missed these last 4 stretches. So again, the video series is going to continue, but a lot more once in a while. Then, like we've been targeting since we went to just the pre-recorded earlier this spring, and no longer for a specific institution that we were aiming for every 2 weeks. It probably is not going to be the case, but subscribe. That way, when it does pop up, you'll know. And we also shared the link on our Facebook page. So there you go. Don't really have to talk about, masking up. Should still wash your hands. Wear a mask when appropriate. And yeah, there's still some occasions. Plus, some businesses still want you to be masked. Hit the grocery on Sunday morning, and they weren't saying you had to be masked, but it came highly recommended for everybody's safety. So my wife and I were masked while we bought groceries. We did shop together, which they also aren't all that fond of, but never mind why we do that. But anyway, so there's that, and please, 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 I understand people's hesitation, but get vaccinated. Delta's scary, and if there's a Delta, there's probably going to be an Epsilon. And they're just getting worse with each variant, and the way the variants happen, the way the mutations happen, is people still get infected. So I'll get off my soapbox. Not much of a soapbox. It's kind of close to the ground, I guess. And as always, remember on the YouTube channel, we preview all the comments because the regular YouTube algorithm doesn't seem to screen out junk posts about, getting, shall we say, rather warm dates. So even, if you have something, if you want to criticize, that's okay too, as long as it's not flaming. We'll put it through. But we do preview all of them on the YouTube channel. Of course, Facebook is a wide open medium. So just, you can comment there as well underneath the link when it goes up there. And we usually share them as soon as the video is processed and on the YouTube channel. The link goes up on the Facebook page. We're about to meet Sasha, aka the Cute Thing of Evil, as she walks across the back of the exercise mat. Do you want to come up and say hi? You want to come? Nope, she's not interested. So, thank you very much for your time and attention, as always. And whenever that is, we'll catch you the next time. Lao Shi Lawrence McElroy, signing off.